The heart of philosophy and self-improvement isn't just about acquiring knowledge. It's about equipping ourselves for life's unavoidable storms. The ultimate aim is to reach a place where, when adversity strikes, we can meet it with calm resolve, saying, "This is my moment. I prepared for this." Life has always been, and will forever remain, unfair. Yet its injustices don't fall equally on everyone. Consider Marcus Aurelius. He didn't ask to be emperor, nor did he choose the loss of his father in childhood, the plague that devastated his empire, or the betrayal by someone he trusted deeply. But through all these trials, he rose above them, embodying strength and wisdom. Then there's Epictetus, whose story serves as a testament to human resilience. Born into slavery during one of history's darkest periods, he had no say in his fate. Even after gaining freedom, exile awaited him. Despite unimaginable hardships, Epictetus not only survived but flourished, becoming one of history's most profound thinkers. His journey reminds us that life demands more than endurance. It calls for triumph over the uncontrollable. Resilience isn't merely bouncing back. It's emerging stronger, wiser, and better equipped to face future challenges. And who better to guide us than Epictetus? At the core of his teachings lies a simple, yet transformative truth. Distinguish between what you can control and what you cannot. On the surface, it seems straightforward, but its power is immense. Ask yourself daily, is this within my control? Does it deserve my attention? Can my actions or emotions alter the outcome? If the answer is no, release it. It's a waste of your energy, a finite resource. Think of your daily energy as a limited currency. Every ounce spent worrying about things beyond your influence diminishes your ability to shape what truly matters. This is the Stoics' first great lesson. Focus relentlessly on what you can change and let go of everything else. Epictetus distilled life down to two essential principles: persist and resist. Some challenges require unwavering endurance, even when they seem insurmountable. Others demand steadfast resistance, regardless of how enticing or daunting they may appear. Mastery of persistence and resistance forms the bedrock of self-discipline and self-mastery. When you command both, you unlock your potential to achieve greatness. Discipline isn't optional. It's the cornerstone of growth. Whether you seek excellence in your career, relationships, or character, self-control is non-negotiable. It doesn't just make you better at what you do, it elevates every aspect of your life. I speak from experience. Over a decade ago, when I moved to New Orleans to write a book, I kept my work secret. Why? Two Stoic principles guided me. First, as Epictetus teaches, improvement requires embracing discomfort, even if it means appearing foolish or inexperienced. My priority was staying focused on the work itself, not external perceptions. Second, true Stoics act without fanfare. They simply do. Words matter less than deeds. Let your actions speak louder than your intentions. I wasn't interested in wasting time discussing my book. I wanted to pour every ounce of energy into actually writing it. When the announcement finally came, people were caught off guard, but I had been perfectly content in my quiet solitude, laser-focused on the task at hand. This is the Stoic path. We don't chase external validation or applause. Instead, we strive for mastery and growth. Through discipline and unwavering perseverance, we sculpt ourselves into the best version of who we can be. And when life inevitably hurls its challenges our way, we won't just survive, we'll thrive. That's the essence of Stoicism. It's not the challenges themselves that define us. It's how we respond to them. People often ask me how I achieved what I have, and the answer is simple. We did what needed to be done. We gave everything we had, learned from every experience, kept our sense of humor intact, and above all, held on to our faith. Every step was shaped by deliberate choices, to persevere, to grow, and to rise above adversity. But the real question isn't about how we did it. It's about how you choose to face your own challenges. How do you react when things get tough? How do you navigate the pressures in your life? While much of life lies beyond our control, one thing remains entirely within our grasp: how we choose to respond. One of the most profound teachings from the Stoic philosopher Epictetus is this: a prison is a place, a podium is a place. Having endured slavery himself, Epictetus understood that while we cannot control our circumstances, we always retain the freedom to choose our response. Even in chains, the mind and will remain unshackled. Consider Admiral James Stockdale, a modern embodiment of this philosophy. During his 7 harrowing years as a prisoner of war in Vietnam, he turned to Stoicism as his mental anchor. As he parachuted into enemy territory, he mentally prepared himself by declaring, "I'm leaving the world of technology and entering the world of Epictetus." Despite unimaginable suffering, Stockdale refused to surrender to despair. Instead, he transformed his hardship into purpose, emerging as an extraordinary example of resilience and heroism. His story gave rise to what's now known as the Stockdale paradox. While we may not control what happens to us, we always control how we respond. And the greater the challenge, the greater the opportunity for personal transformation. Epictetus, born into slavery, grasped this truth deeply. He observed the so-called free people of Rome, including those in Nero's court, trapped by their ambitions and lust for power. He realized that true freedom doesn't stem from external conditions. It comes from mastering our inner world. While the world may imprison us physically, it cannot enslave our minds or strip away our power to choose. Stoicism teaches that no matter where we find ourselves, whether enslaved or seated on a throne, we always possess the freedom to decide our reactions, priorities, and attitudes. This is why Stoicism endures as a timeless philosophy. It's not reserved for figures like Epictetus or Marcus Aurelius. It's for anyone seeking peace, resilience, and strength. Life will always present hardships, but Stoicism reframes these trials, not as something to fear, but as opportunities to embrace. The philosophy trains us to handle adversity with grace, much like soldiers braving harsh winters to prepare for the battles ahead. When we practice Stoicism, we ready ourselves for life's inevitable storms. So when difficulties arise, instead of feeling overwhelmed, we can confidently declare, "Yes, this is what I've prepared for." The question is, are you ready? Have you done the inner work necessary to confront life's challenges head-on? Because it's those who are mentally and emotionally prepared who emerge stronger on the other side. Stoicism isn't merely a collection of ideas, it's a way of life. And it's waiting for you to make it your own. Success doesn't belong to dreamers alone. It belongs to those who put in the relentless hours, the grueling preparation, and the steadfast training for whatever life might throw their way. As Bill Bradley wisely pointed out, while you're taking a break, someone else is putting in the work. And when your paths cross, they'll surpass you. It's those who embrace sacrifice, enduring the grueling hours, and pushing through discomfort, who stand prepared when opportunity knocks. Preparation isn't just an edge, it's your shield, your foundation. There's a timeless lesson embedded in the story of Epictetus. One evening, as he sat quietly in his home, he heard the unmistakable sound of an intruder. Upon investigation, he discovered that a thief had stolen his cherished silver lamp. Yet, instead of anger or resentment, Epictetus responded with calm reflection. What you possess can only be taken if you let it define you. The next day, he replaced the lamp with a simpler one, choosing tranquility over attachment. This act reveals a profound truth. Possessions carry a cost far greater than their price tags. Beyond maintenance and material value lies the hidden toll, the anxiety of loss, the fear of theft, the weight of ownership. The Stoics understood this deeply. They believed that true freedom emerges when we stop allowing our belongings to own us. Fame, wealth, and success may glitter enticingly, but they often bind us in chains of stress and insecurity. To live freely is to release the grip these external markers have on our minds. When it comes to training, effort, and personal growth, The focus should never be on accolades or outcomes. It must center on the process itself. Consider running a marathon, not about outrunning others, but about committing to the journey for its own sake. This intrinsic drive, championed by the Stoics, means improving not for applause or validation, but because growth is its own reward. As Epictetus so eloquently put it, if victory is what you seek, compete where you are the sole participant. This philosophy liberates you from the exhausting race of comparison and redirects your energy toward mastery of self. When you define your path and set your pace, failure becomes irrelevant. You're already winning. At the core of Stoicism lies the transformative power of reflection. True strength resides in the ability to pause, to think before reacting. How often do we surrender control to our emotions? How frequently do we act impulsively, driven by fleeting feelings rather than thoughtful consideration? Stoicism teaches us to step back, examine our emotions, and consciously choose how to respond. That moment of pause, that deliberate reasoning, is what distinguishes wisdom from reaction. Mastering your thoughts elevates you above the chaos of life, enabling you to navigate challenges with poise and clarity. Your happiness doesn't hinge on external circumstances. It stems from inner growth and disciplined self-control. Epictetus found contentment not in possessions, but in daily progress. Similarly, we can discover fulfillment in our own evolution. This joy transcends the temporary highs of money, status, or praise. It's the quiet satisfaction of knowing you're becoming the best version of yourself, a pursuit the Stoics prized above all else. Their goal wasn't to dominate the world, but to govern their responses to it. By mastering your mind, you unlock a deeper, enduring happiness, one rooted not in the unpredictable world around you, but in your capacity to shape your reactions, thoughts, and emotions. In this mastery lies true freedom.